Okay, we're here today in Studio 5 at the Genesis Cinema for East End Film Festival 2013, and we're joined by actress and festival jury member Jodie Whittaker.
Oh, I get a double title.
How you doing, Jodie?
I'm good. I thought you were going to say actress and. I was like, what's my
Actress
other title?
And, exactly. So welcome to the Genesis and welcome to East End Film Festival. Can you tell us a little bit about your decision to come on board as the shorts jury member?
Well, I think I've done probably about 10 shorts, I think, over the 8 years I've been working, and I'm just a huge supporter of them. I'm involved in them on lots of levels, as an actress or as, as a mate lending out a flat to be used in, and I appreciate, for anyone investing in them, it's a difficult thing to give money for because you're not necessarily going to get any money back, but the kind of talent that you're supporting at a very raw stage as well, which I really love, the creative kind of energy that goes into making a short. You see such talent because they're making something that's a tiny story sometimes, or a huge epic story, but in a short amount of time, in 1 day's filming, in 4 days filming, and with no budget, and a huge kickball scramble. And so it's just I've always loved watching them, and I've always loved being a part of them. So I'll be a really nice judge as well.
That's what we like to hear. With the continued ongoing regeneration of East London and the fact that more films are being shot here than ever before, what do you think makes the area more appealing to filmmakers in the industry?
I think the area is amazing because it's London and it looks like London. It's not the glossy version of London, which isn't a criticism in any way. And I think Anthony Wilcox and I did a short film about 2 years ago called Hello Carter that got made into a feature, and he shot the most of that all around the corner, and his thing was that it was about people who live in London, and so therefore you see the side of London that people who live here see, which is the kind of the beautiful back streets and the amazing cinemas like this, and that are not on Leicester Square. So it's about this place is changing and it's developing, and I think in an exciting way. I'm sure you been living here for 60 years, you might not like a load of trendy cafes, but I think it's such a kind of artistic hub. It's becoming a really exciting, like industry, like hub of people that are living here and being really creative. And I think anywhere that supports creative vision is always a good place.
And your own personal experiences of filming in East London? Good?
Well, I used to live in London Fields. Yeah, I loved it. I'm filming here at the moment. I'm doing an 8-part drama for Sky, and we're filming it all. Most of it is in East London, and it's great. It's you're not sleeping in a hotel hours from home. So it's brilliant. Yeah.
Okay, back to you being on the jury. As an actor, you're obviously subject to being reviewed and having your performances judged by audiences and critics alike. So how does it feel to be that side of the fence for a change? And
It's exciting because I think the most important thing is I think in anyone's opinions of something is it should be generosity, in the sense of it's so easy to just sit there and hate on something, or sit there and critique it, but I think as someone who knows how hard it is to make a shot, or someone who knows how hard it is to get a certain performance out of something, I think I don't know. I think I'm in a place where I can appreciate all the outside elements that you're fighting to get what's been achieved. So, that's in no way going to mean I'm going to just like 5-star everything. But, I know what it's like to be a part of it. And I think the sometimes frustrating thing when you do a film, you do a play, you do a TV series, the people criticising it have never once sat on a set in a North Face coat freezing to death. They've never raised finance. They've never had a cast member drop out the day before and have to find someone else, and so I think the great thing about things like this is getting jury members who are all a part of the industry and know they've sweat blood and tears to get something made themselves, so they can appreciate that.
Exactly, great. Moving on to you as an actor again, is it purely a good script and story that will get you personally involved with a project, or is there something else about the short film format that challenges you as an actor in a way that a feature or a TV series doesn't?
I think the thing with shorts is for me the script is the most important thing anyway. Whatever it is that I'm, if loads of really exciting people are involved in something, and I think it's shit, you know, you can't. It just, I don't know. I could never. I don't think I'm swung by that. I think I'm always really excited by the ambitiousness of a script, and that's what shorts are about, is ambition, because you've got to be ambitious, and you have got to create something sometimes out of not a lot, like one location or one actor or one piece of lighting rig. So I think that when I've read it and become involved in it, it's because, like you say, I've seen the vision, and it's pinged out of a page, and they've managed to do that in something that potentially might be only 30 seconds long. Like, but I've done varying lengths of shots. I've also done shots where you don't speak. I did one called Dust, which with Alan Rickman, where there was no dialogue and had a lot of CGI in it as well, and I think that was a 2-minute shot. I've done a 30-minute shot that was nominated for an Oscar, you know, so it's kind of, and that, I think, didn't have a massive budget either, and that was very story based. And so there's something I can't even describe, and I think if you could describe it, everyone would be making shots. So you know, I have no idea what it is that hooks you, but it's the page to me. Something in the page, something, rather than, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, this director's doing it, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, you're in.
You know, but yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ever made a mistake. Either I've said no to a shot that I've seen and I should have done it.
Sure, innit?
Well, loads of times. That's my entire life going, shit.
And do you think kind of like the filmmakers' access to better equipment in the last kind of 5 years has helped that as well? Because obviously the production values of shorts now just look...
They look amazing, and I think, you know, as an actress, you love film. If you rock up on anything, which is very rare now, like when I first started, which is only like 8 years ago, I was shot on film, and it's beautiful, but it's expensive, and it is limiting, and independent cinema, I think, has thrived because of things like HD, and because you can shoot a film on a Canon camera. You do not need a huge, you know, set of equipment that's setting you, and reels of film that if there's a hair in the gate, you've ruined your entire shoot. You know, so I appreciate that. I think it's sad if the entire industry goes the way of HD. I think that's sad, because I think it loses something that is a real, that is a quality that can't be matched. But you know, I've shot something on a flip camera. You know, if I like, you know, I've been a part of films where one guy I do short films with, that I'm a part of his short films a lot. He takes photos really quick. You know, and that is extraordinary, and that's not cost him. He's not rented any equipment for that. And that you can't put a price on that kind of, you know, those resources at your fingertips. But when there is a budget, I do find it a shame that film is completely gone now. You know, I understand why, but it's sad.
Okay, getting back to Hello Carter, and obviously you made the short film a few years back.
Do you know what? I keep saying this. I don't even know when it was. Maybe it was only a year ago.
Was it?
I can't remember. I don't know. You're going to have to ask Anthony. He'll be appalled at my lack of knowledge there.
But was it obvious when you completed the short that you all felt that it had an extra gear to be a feature?
Yeah, definitely. And I think sometimes you make a shot and it's for the short purpose. It's not going on anywhere. I remember a conversation with Anthony at the time that it was very much a vehicle for a feature, and I think that's why, you know, we all jumped back on board, because it was really, you know, obviously with there's changes of cast and things like that, but you know, the DOP was the same, and you know, you watched it and it was beautiful, and the soundtrack, the music score, it was hugely ambitious, and I think really achieved everything it wanted to in its short version. But like you say, it left room for you to go, okay, I really want to see where these characters go. And my character's completely different I don't play the same person. There's elements of it, but I play a completely different character in it. So it was really exciting to go back to it, because I was slightly touching on something I'd done, but not as well. But getting to work with Anthony. And I think I really love the idea of working with debut directors, and especially writer-directors. It's really interesting, and I've only had positive experiences when I've done that. And then I can say I was there at the start, when they're massive. I can ring them up. It's like, do you remember me? I did a short film.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what do you, I mean, we've spoke about kind of like equipment and short films kind of, and the way they've risen, but obviously the last 3 years really has just seen them take off, and the industry are just completely taking a massive notice of them now.
Yeah.
For some reason, is there a single factor that you think that is because?
I think they're getting seen. You know, Vimeo do a short awards. You know, like you're saying, Russia's film festival. I think there's a short film festival in Crouch End. There's one at Sundance. They're everywhere, and I think the ability to make something, but for it to have a platform and be seen, you know, that makes it worthwhile, and that is a showcase for someone's work. That then, you know, you're less of a risk if you say you've made a shot and no one's seen it. But if you're like, oh, and it was in this festival or it won that, you know, that you're absolutely going to be your CV has jumped beyond a director you've never heard of, if you see what I mean. And I think for filmmakers, it can be so frustrating. I've been a part of films that have never been seen. You know, these are features, and I think when you know someone's kind of heart and soul and a year of their life or has gone into something and then it never gets seen is so frustrating. So things like this film festival, you know, it's really important, and really important for it to be judged as well in a good way, because you know an amateur wants a pat on the back, a professional wants criticism to move forward, and that's what it is, and that's what it's got to be. Like this is amazing, this is potentially what you could do next time, or you know. And I think you need your work to be seen and critiqued for that to happen.
Exactly. Last question.
What's my favourite colour?
I was going to ask that actually.
Yellow.
If you could work with one actor, either living or dead,
Easy.
Who would it be?
Laura Linney.
Yeah.
Yes, I absolutely adore her, because she is just flawless in my eyes. She's amazing. She is a television actress, she's a stage actress, she's a film actress. You don't know who she's married to, you don't know the names of her kids, you only know her from the parts that she's played, and she could probably walk down streets and never be hassled, but you believe everything she does because you're transported into whatever world she's creating. She can do comedy, she can do straight, she's just an absolute idol, and she looks real. There is nothing plastic or manufactured about her, and also the CV is to die for. You look at the jobs and the people that she's worked with, and I've been lucky enough to work with her, and any actress would be tugging at them coattails. So there, Laura Linney.
So
Quick as a flash.
Short film on the horizon between you two.
Yeah, I'm going to write it. Basically, we're best friends.
Yeah.
And then we stay friends forever, and I come and live with you. That's the story.
Amazing. Thank you, Jodie. Thank
No
you
worries.
very much for your time, and hope you enjoy East End Film Festival.
Can't wait.
Thank you.
No worries.